Hello and welcome to another episode of Dance Teachers Academy. I am your host, Jose, on the mic, and with me as always is the lovely, amazing dancer, Ame. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
You look beautiful. I mean, something about that green you got on your dress. Must be the green that's coming up behind us. We are in LA for the Emerald Ball. We'll be here all week, so we're going to try to capture as many people as we can. This is Wayne and Donna Ng's 30th anniversary, so it's kind of a big deal. I mean, this place is absolutely electric.
And you know what else is a big deal?
You know what else is a big deal?
Our guest today.
our first victim of the week, actually.
He's our number one.
Number one, Felipe Telona Jr. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent.
Dude, you're looking real good. I actually got a chance to see you dance a little earlier today. So, no dust on you, brother.
Hey, you know what? Got to keep up with the young people.
Yeah, you young people. Look at you. 26, are you?
Double that.
Double that?
Not quite.
Well, it's good to see. What are your expectations coming out of here? I'm just curious because I'm the non-dancer in the room. So she's a dancer, you're a dancer. I just married the teacher, so I get the answers to the test. That's kind of the way it works. So I'm just curious, when you come into an event like this, what is it that you're kind of looking to get out of it?
What I hope to get out of it is that my student feels comfortable enough to exude, perform, and just dance to the best of her abilities.
That tall drink of water you were dancing with?
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you, she's like...
What's her name?
Her name is Carol Gilly.
Miss Carol Gilly, you did great.
She looked like she was having a great time.
She looked like she was
an amazing person.
Yeah, she looked like she was having a really good time out
growing
there.
as a dancer, yeah. She has a beautiful smile.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And I saw your professionalism at work because, nothing is perfect on the dance floor, but you got her moving great through it was a little something, and she smiled after, and it wasn't like a breakdown. You've seen that, we've all seen that.
Of
where,
course.
Sometimes it's the student reacting just their own self, but maybe it's the way the instructor handles the situation that makes them feel bad. But she was just smiling and got past it, and like no big deal. It was so little, it was so minor. I just happened to see, and I always watch for things like that as an instructor. Like, oh, that was really good how he handled that, and kept dancing, kept her dancing, and it was a wonderful performance.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, there's always going to be obstacles and distractions, but you just have to stay focused, and you hope your student dances well. And if you stay calm, then she or he, depending on who you're dancing with, will be calm, and hopefully they know the routine enough to come back strong.
Yeah. I tell people it's kind of like the dog whisperer. You have to be calm, assertive. Not that people are like dogs, but
yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's the other.
Maybe men. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
There's the other approach as well, where you see a lot of teachers, like you said, maybe raise their voice or get a little, touchy with their hands, or just get agitated.
Or the look.
The look, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do have one look.
Do you?
I smile all the time. I'm just a happy person. But if you see me over smiling, something's wrong.
Oh, the over smile.
Yeah,
Okay.
The clenched jaw smile.
Yeah, exactly. The permagrin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Girl. I love it. Well, so talk to me about Felipe Telona Jr. Where's your family from?
My father, he's from Veracruz, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
He immigrated here in the late 60s. And my mother's from Santa Elena, Usulután, El Salvador.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Yeah. And she immigrated here in the late 60s as well. Yeah.
And then where did they move to?
They moved to LA, and they met, oddly enough, at a nightclub here in Westchester, really close by here. And my dad pursued her and tried to get some dates, but she was here with my great aunt, and she would not allow it, like a chaperone, without a chaperone and stuff. And so,
sure.
Yeah, he tried to court her quite a bit. So, yeah.
Apparently it worked.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, I'm here.
Tenacity.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Culver City.
Okay.
Born in Santa Monica, raised in Culver City. I lived here till I was 21. Then
hometown kid.
Yeah. Then moved to Utah for 3 years. Then I moved to New York for 7 years, and then I moved back here in 2007.
So
Utah for 3 years. Going to school, I'm guessing?
Going to school, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Full ride scholarship out there, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, nobody just goes from here to
Yeah.
Full
Utah.
ride?
Yeah.
in
In dance.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't want to assume.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, right?
Could have been something else.
Yeah, right.
You never know. So,
Industrial welding, yeah.
Exactly.
So what a change, though, right? LA.
It was,
and then
it was.
Utah, and then New York.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But coming from Culver City, it was very diverse growing up there and just very friendly overall. And so, and I come from a very friendly family, and so meeting people, any kind of people that I've met all throughout my life, I felt that we have more in common than difference. And so when I moved to Utah and when I moved to New York, it was just an extension of me, you know, just a different part of me. And so meeting all these wonderful people that I've come across in my life that have affected me, I've made some great relationships along the way, and I'm thankful for that. Yeah.
Well, you're a real positive person.
Yeah. I am.
Yeah, it
Seems to be a
shows.
lot for a lot of people, but yeah, a lot of my friends are like, okay, relax, calm down.
Tone it down.
Exactly.
Not
I
so
like it.
not so bright, man.
Yeah,
Turn it down.
exactly.
Got the one
Tell me
shades.
a bad
Yeah.
story now.
No, all good days.
Yeah.
All good days.
Yeah. So tell me about your dance experience in New York.
Well, I moved there in 2004. And actually came to Emerald Ball in 2004. No, sorry. I moved there in 2001. And I came to the Emerald Ball to try out with some girls, and they wanted me to move all over the place. But there was this one girl that waited till the end, and she was trying out. She was 18, and her parents were there. And she's all like, "Hi, my name is Christina Penatello. I've watched you try out. Would you want to try out with me?" And I was like, "Well, okay." She's like, "I dance American Rhythm," and at the time I was like, "What's that?" Like, I'd only been dancing for 3 years prior to that, and so
Okay.
all I did was international Latin before that. And so she's like, "Let's just dance cha-cha." So we danced, and her parents were former rhythm champions, Charlie and Jeannie Penatello, and Christina Penatello was their daughter. She was like, "Look, I really enjoy dancing with you. I like your energy. Would you mind moving to New Jersey?" I was like, "New Jersey?" Right?
Don't say it.
Exactly. So the parents offered me, like,
Shout out to New Jersey.
exactly, right?
Good.
The parents were the regional owners of the Fred Astaire franchise out there, and so they said, "You know what? We'll give you a great job. You're dancing with our daughter, so you'll be well taken care of, and we'll guide you." And so it just seemed like a great opportunity in transition, going from an amateur to a pro.
That's a pretty good
So
hit.
yeah, and so I packed my stuff. I took a flight out to Utah that day, packed everything up that night, drove back the next morning, and told my parents, "You know what? I'm moving to New York or New Jersey," and I had 8 credits left to finish my degree in sociology.
Oh
So
my
they were
God.
kind of, "Are you sure you want to do this?" But I knew that this was my passion, my focus, and my drive was going to get me there. So then I moved to New York, or New Jersey. First, I moved to New Jersey, I know.
Tri-state area.
Exactly, tri-state area. And so then...
Skip New Jersey.
right? Giants are from there, right? the Jets. Anyway, and we danced, and within 3 months, we ended up taking 5th in the U.S. Rhythm Championships.
That's exceptional.
Yeah.
Three
That's-
months.
that's
3 months.
very
3 months.
fast.
I mean, I knew nothing about American rhythm at the time, and even salsa. I mean, I'd be the guy at the family function that would just be sitting down, like trying to get it, and I'd be like trying to dance, but yeah, it wouldn't work. And
On the two, not the one.
Exactly. And then somebody told me, "We'll just dance it like an international rumba," and I was like, "Oh, okay, 2, 3, 4, 1. I got it. Perfect."
Oh, that's a really good way to say it.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And so then,
I'm
and
gonna
being in
use
New
that
York,
one.
there you go. Hey, that one's free.
That one's free.
So
Tomorrow it's going to cost you.
Exactly. So, and just being in New York in that area, just going to the salsa clubs, dancing, and just learning and learning and learning and growing and growing and growing, and it was a great experience for me. And so, took off within 3 months, made the championships, and I was like, "Wow, okay, this is definitely what I want to do."
You made the right decision.
Correct. Yeah. And at the time, rhythm was. Bob Powers was still the champion, great champion, of course, and
Awesome guy.
awesome guy, yeah. And so then, but I knew I wanted a different direction in rhythm. I didn't know what it was, but I knew that I brought something to the table, and my partner did too. But after a couple more months, we had decided to split apart on great terms, but it just wasn't ended up working out. She was young, and there was a lot of other things going on in our lives, and so not dating or anything, but just she was going to school and doing other stuff. So we decided to stop dancing together, and then I was in search for a partner, and so I took a break, and by this time I was dating Carolina, and she kept on coming to a lot of the tryouts and making it very awkward. She's like, well, why are you kind of touching them? Because she came from like a jazz ballet background, not a ballroom background.
Yes.
And so then she'd be like, you guys are like getting pretty handy there. I was like, well, yeah, we're playing with choreography and making things up. And so at the time when we were dating, I told her, you know what, I'm going to marry you on our first date.
Wow.
And we're going to have a little girl.
Bold statement.
Wow.
I know, crazy, right? And so
she didn't run away.
Yeah, she didn't run away. But the funny thing is, I told her how much dance was a part of my life, and so when the relationship became stronger and stronger and stronger, and she wanted to dance, I was like, look,
And she has quite a background.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I want to take this as far as I can, and I know I can take it pretty far. I know I will take it very far, and the relationship probably will suffer as opposed to if we just kept that apart. And so we ended up dancing together, and a lot of great times, a lot of highs. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely difficult because we were working together. Mm-hmm. We were we had our teaching together as well all day, and we had to practice and compete together as well. So I mean, it's like 3 marriages wrapped in one.
Right.
And so there was
It's a nice way to explain that.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So yeah. So a lot of highs and lows.
Beauty.
Yeah.
3 times the fun. That's what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah. So.
But I'm really glad that you're saying this though, because this is the challenge of partnership dancing. It can be your highest highs, accomplishing things, having those moments in your dancing, where you get chills and things are going great, and just reaching heights. Personal goals being very important, but also winning championships. But it's hard.
It is difficult.
Having a dance partner. I have told people in the past it's easier to find a husband or wife than a dance partner. True.
Since I've stopped dancing with Carolina, I've tried to dance with try to create certain things that I'm putting up on Instagram.
I saw beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, really nice.
And so, but the person that I was then, I mean, everything was about rhythm and these 5 routines, or our theater arts routine, or whatever, or show dance routine, and we invested so much time into this repetitive action over and over again. Now I think I'm taking it a different way, and just, let's choreograph, let's play, let's enjoy. If something doesn't work, check it out. Where before it was about trying to polish the stone and trying to make it so clear and beautiful for people to enjoy it, which I think people did, but that takes its toll. And now, like you said, with my student, she makes a mistake, go with the flow, and then it's
let it go.
It's much easier that way. Yeah.
Quit carrying that baggage around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and it's a box of rocks. Put them down.
Exactly. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
You don't need to carry that.
You don't need to carry it. Put it right there, baby.
Right.
Because I promise you'll come back tomorrow. They'll be right there. No one's going to touch them.
Exactly.
Let it go. Let it go. That's a good idea.
So you think it's very, very challenging to have a competitive partner and try to have a relationship at the same time?
Definitely. And partly because Carolina and I were like so similar in so many ways.
Yeah.
We're both very passionate, very hungry.
Love dance.
We love dance tremendously. Yeah. And you see that with how we raise our daughter as well. I mean, she's a fabulous mom, and and so we did that with dance because that was our baby at the time. And but also with dance, when you're competing, you sometimes have to look at it and say, that's not pretty, or that's not working, or that's not. And so sometimes because of the ego, that we take offense to that. you're telling me that I'm not perfect, you know, or when we're these champions, or like everybody's admiring what we're doing. And it would be both ways. Like we could do that better, or we could hold longer of this, and when you do that, sometimes you take offense to that. Yeah, and so
it's easy.
And it's very easy to take offense to that
Yeah.
when your fuse is that short. And the fuse is that short because you're tired, because you're practicing umpteen hours. You are hungry because you are trying to stay at a certain physique. You
There's
are
a standard.
agitated because lack of rest, because you have to still work in this industry, even though you're professional and you're trying to, even though you're a finalist, you know, it isn't like your NBA starts.
I just get to go compete.
Correct. I have to go teach 10 lessons.
Yes.
Then I have to practice on top of that.
Yes.
Then I have to go to the gym, and you know. So it's
I can see how you get burned out pretty quick.
yeah. And so to sustain that, what we did, I think, since 2002 to 2010, and be not only finalists but like runners up for like, what was it, 5 or 6 years, to Bob, then Tony with his new partner, then Jose. And then constantly being second. I mean, I'm thankful that we were able to get so high, especially without a backing of a Fred Astaire or Arthur Murray. Everything when Carolina and I got together was just based on how can we make this ballerina and this guy that started really late come together and form something that is new and creative for American rhythm. And so I'm blessed that we were able to do that, and people did enjoy what we did. I think the hard work did pay off, and so I think what we did was quite unique.
Yes, and so some of your unique show dances, like the tango.
Yeah, the tango,
Yeah.
Goodbye My Lover, which is a great story. I was sitting down watching Saturday Night Live, and James Blunt comes on. Carolina was in the bathroom. And I'm like, Carolina, you gotta listen to this song. Oh my gosh, this guy's singing it live, and I have this great idea. And she missed it. And in New York, 3 hours later, it goes back on. So it was, like 1 or 2 in the morning. It comes back on, and we're watching it. And like I'm in tears because I'm hearing the song, and I'm seeing it in my mind. And then I tell her, this song...
There's your lack of sleep right there.
Right? Oh, well.
They're watching TV at 2 o'clock.
Well, no. I'll try
Creative
to.
juice.
Yeah, no. Carolina likes to sleep around 3 a.m. and then she likes to sleep in the morning. And I like to go to sleep like earlier, like around 10 or 11, and wake up early because I'm an early person.
That's kind of what I do.
Anyway, so I told her, I was like, this piece is going to be for my family and for you and for everybody, to show them how much I love them. And
oh wow,
yeah. So I'm listening into this, and I'm like telling them, I'm telling her, when I die, this is my passion. This is my gift. And so the choreography just spewed out, and we created this beautiful number. And a friend of ours, Gary Pierce, he helped us. And the best thing he said was, "You're dancing too much." And that's all he said the whole time. You're dancing too much. You're dancing. And I'm like, what the are you saying? But
I got to strip it down.
Well, you could see now, back in hindsight, we did apply what he said, but you could see it now with like a lot of young dancers where it becomes overacting. You see the whole Captain Kirk Effect. And
I'm going to use that.
Well, yeah. And I'm looking at it out there, and I'm like saying, these are pros, and why would you do that? Why? I mean, you're so beautiful. You're wearing these great costumes, and you're like
so interesting
out there. And then you see pro-ams trying to do the same thing. You know, it's like way too much.
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. But it's like all the time.
Yeah.
And so
melodramatic.
Yeah.
So that's interesting you said that, because there was a particular amateur student that we were watching today that just was so pretty, very, very technically great, but just a softness.
Exactly.
I would say understated, but yes.
Pretty lady.
No, it's just the simplicity.
Yes.
The simplicity of
Yeah.
everything.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
So I know
It's
it's
beautiful.
like the overacting.
It's too
type of
much.
thing. Yes.
Too much,
Yeah.
over the top.
And then, I have to say, your student you danced with, just because I could just see how much fun she was having. Lovely dancer, having a great time, great interaction with you. And, I'm like, yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's a fluidity that I like to watch.
Yeah, definitely. You need to just
not
see
this,
energy.
Yeah, not this staccato thing up in there. It's like,
Exactly.
this guy's
which
pop
has
locking
a
out
place
there. What's
too.
he doing?
Yeah, it has its place too, but I mean,
I get you, yes.
not all the time.
Yeah.
And
I understand
unfortunately,
snapping
you see
at a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I get that. But yeah, when you, like I said, when you look like you're pop locking out there, come on,
Exactly.
stop.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a bit too much.
That is a bit too much.
Yeah.
I'm
and
with
just
you.
something simple and clear comes out there with just a great idea.
Yeah.
And boom, that's it.
Yeah.
So your masterpiece song, what was it called?
Goodbye, My Lover.
Goodbye. My
Yeah.
Lover.
So in that one, I get shot, I die in the beginning, and then my spirit comes back, and we dance and we do all these things. And at the end, we're both lying on the floor, and
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at it.
yeah, it's a great piece.
Yeah. So nice to when you hear a piece of music and it just I gotta dance to this song.
Yeah.
You know, when you have that feeling, I have to dance to
Definitely.
this song.
That's what
Yeah.
people always ask me. They're like, "What's your favorite dance?" And I was like, "I really don't have a favorite dance. You know, music is what inspires me. And so if I hear a song and I'm like turned on, all of a sudden, whether it was Carolina or people that I dance with or my students, all of a sudden they're like, "What is this energy? Oh my gosh!" Because I just take it to, I just feel something, and then it comes out, and so music inspires me, and if you have a bad song, well, you have to dance it, and that's why you have your choreography. But when you have that song that you play, and all of a sudden you just feel it,
yeah.
you become one with it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Magic time.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of things do you like to teach? So I know you're a Dancevision instructor. I know that can be a little bit, well, I don't know. Tell me about your experience when you did the Dancevision, and then what some of your favorite things to teach.
Well, when I did the Dancevision videos for Wayne Ing and Donna.
And,
Love you, Donna.
I wasn't the only one.
When we did the videos, we knew nothing about what we wanted to do at the time, and so it was just a lot of just on the spot kind of a thing because we had never done anything like it before.
Did it go well?
I thought it went as well as it could have gone for the amount of time that was put in by both of us. I mean, well, yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, the answer is yes. They're fantastic.
I actually got to see one this afternoon.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I'm sitting there watching, like, look at this guy throw his hip out like that. It's like, I'd snap something if I tried to do that.
It was a lot of fun and a great experience. Yeah. So, but what I love to talk about with teaching is usually connection. I believe that when I hold a woman, I have this energy in between my hands, and I always talk about energy. And so a lot of times when you see people dancing, we talk about frame and stuff like that, but not energy. And so we talk about bones, but not energy. So a great thing that we did for the video was this thing where we say touch but don't touch. So what you would do is you would bring your hands together like this and not bring them so close together, probably about an inch apart, and then slowly bring them together so you feel like you have energy. So when you're doing that, what happens is if you imagine somebody praying, they're in this position and you feel energy, you see the energy. If you see somebody praying hard, you see that energy in between. Please let this happen. You see somebody at church that really doesn't want to pray, and they're like, I don't.
Yeah,
there's no energy.
not into it.
So
I want the waffles.
The energy's broken. Yeah, or I compare like to a handshake. There's how you doing?
And the fish thing.
Yeah. There's the over aggressive one, and then there's oh my gosh, it's so good to see you,
that's a
where you
nice
could
energy.
feel that energy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing when you're touching somebody, and then later on you take it to something more dramatic, like when you are doing a piece, and you're touching yourself, where you feel that energy, as opposed to just you see a lot of this, particularly like with pros or pro-ams, they're touching, but it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as opposed to all of a sudden you feel that, and then that becomes part of the movement as well. And so that's a big thing. And so when we take that frame, having that energy and holding somebody, so
that's another free one for you right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's good.
So it makes a complete difference. You can see how you can manipulate the energy and dance with your partner.
I see where you go with this.
Yeah, and a lot of cool things. You see it now in like zouk and bachata sensual, where you see the manipulation of movement and energy. And so I think that's really cool. You know,
It is.
I think that was one of the best things that came out of that video.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now I have to go in there and start really paying attention to what's going on.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Be a good student.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a good student.
Yes.
All right, well, young man, we are not going to keep you any longer. I realize that you got to get set up for dancing later tonight, I believe it is.
Yeah, a little bit more.
A little bit more than you get to do?
Oh, that's right. I'm like keeping you here. I'm like,
Yeah.
feel so selfish. now,
No
'cause,
worries.
like,
My pleasure.
No.
Okay,
I
yes.
knew. Actually, I had it in the back of my head. He's like,
Very
oh,
good.
I got to get him in, get him out.
This wonderful man, Dance,
Yes.
came to interview with us. Was going to go dance.
Danced all day today,
What a
came in here,
generous
sat
man.
down. Now he's going to dance
Yes.
some more tonight. All right, well, Felipe, very nice to finally get you down here and get this good story out.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Very nice seeing you. The lovely May.
Thank you so much. Let's send besitos to your daughter.
Love you, Leah.
All right. Folks, this has been another episode of Dance Teachers Academy. Thank you for watching.